You guys, I always want to be fair. I never want to be the type of person that doesn't look at things in a honest way and such a way where it's not just like, oh, I'm right about everything. I'm the most logical one. I'm the most reasonable one, because sometimes I can be off in my reasoning. That is possible. It's just that, like, I'm so quick to call myself out on things, and I'm also really quick to pull for, the right opinion, or like the most reasonable opinion. So I'm not one to just be like, okay, I'm right about this and this person's wrong, and then I don't listen to any alternative opinion, or I research things the same exact way. So anytime that I'm convinced of something, I look up the opposite of that. So I try to figure out the truth. Like, what is the truth of the matter? Am I gaslighting myself? Is this what I want to believe about myself, or about this person, or about this event, or this medication, or this thing that was invented a long time ago that I believe is being used against the general public because the general public doesn't ask enough questions, or any questions at all. Because I've been thinking a lot about Edward Jenner, who was the inventor of the original smallpox vaccine. And I was just thinking about him, and I know he was a Mason, but I wonder if maybe his intention was good, but the intentions of the people that used him weren't good. Same with like Steve Jobs, Like, I wonder if the people that invented these things, they're just pawns too. Like, we're going to use these people that have, some sort of alien gene because they're a lot smarter than the rest of the public. And we're going to use them to invent something that we're going to later on use against everybody. I don't know. But it's like so easy for people to be fooled by this idea of like, well, the reason why we are where we are in our society today is because of these advancements that were made a long time ago. But now, me personally, I think that all inventions are not all of them, but I think that most of these inventions that the history books would call progress, advancement, whatever the fuck, I don't buy that. But they're not trying to sell it to me, they're trying to sell it to all the sheep, because they can just call a person like me crazy. And I guess we really are lucky to live in the time that we're in, because the government would just kill us off otherwise. I mean, if the Luddites actually did exist, then the Luddites were definitely killed off by the government, because they were too aware of what was going to happen because of machines. I told my parents that, and they were just shaking their heads. They don't believe anything that I say if it's not mainstream, Like, if everybody doesn't know about it, then it didn't happen. It's not relevant. It's probably a bunch of bullshit. I have the complete opposite opinion. Like, the more that people know about something, the more I'm convinced that it didn't actually happen. At least it didn't happen the way that we're told it happened, So Yeah, like there are so very few people that are like that. There's so very few people that really question any kind of narrative whatsoever. They don't look at it like it's a narrative. They don't look at it like it's a story they're being told. They look at it like it's the news. They look at it like, why would those people tell us lies, Amy? Why would they? What's in it for them to do that? Money. Money, spiritual power, control, manipulation. I mean, if they didn't get what they needed in childhood, they're going to spend the rest of their adulthood overcompensating. And that's why so many people are so fucked up. It's just sad, really. But, you know, it's those people that ruin the world, and it's those people that ruin the lives of good people. You know, I empathize with people that are fucked up in the head because of adverse events and shitty parenting and all that. But at the same time, it's like, you don't have to put up with somebody's shit all because of that. You really don't. I mean, if that person needs help and they're not getting it, that's on them. And there's only so much I can do for somebody like that. I feel like this one person in particular that I'm thinking about, I feel like he's lied to me about a lot of stuff in hopes to win me over. And I always kind of had this sneaking suspicion throughout our friendship that that's what was going on. But because I felt sorry for him and, you know, I empathize with his situation, he somewhat manipulated me. But I don't think it was intentional, though. I don't think it was intentional. I don't think it was malicious. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because I just don't want to believe that he's that type of person. But maybe he is. But, you know, I've been praying for him because that's really all I can do. Because I just feel like if I talk to him, it's just going to make the situation worse. You know? Because I'm not saying what he wants me to say. If you're not saying what people want you to say, you're not doing what they want you to do, they're going to hold it against you. If they're not emotionally mature and they haven't wrestled through their own shit and they haven't, you know, dealt with things that they probably should have dealt with 20 years ago, it's like all that stuff's going to keep coming back up and it's going to keep manifesting in different situations and scenarios and shit. And they're probably not going to see it. They're not going to understand it. They're just going to be hurting all the time and they're not going to know why they're hurting all the time. Well, you know, me hurting myself, me injuring my back, it just proved to me that, like, I need to take better care of myself. And if I don't, then that's on me. You know, if I'm not doing what I need to do for myself out of laziness or negligence or whatever the reason, then that's my fault. You know, if things go awry and, you know, I'm feeling like shit because I don't stretch and I don't walk enough, exercise and, you know, do what I need to do, sleep right, eat right, then yeah, that's on me. Your brain and your body are connected for a reason, so why wouldn't they positively or negatively impact one another? That's just logical shit.